Okay, so one mentioned that you're not sure of how to put greens together, or you don't like working with greens, they're not your favourites. This is a really lovely one. These are bats that were blended up last week for the website, okay, and this is called Eloise. Now look at that, you have got these greens, and then it goes into this lovely different shades of pinks in there, and then a really subtle soft ballerina pink, a really soft like silky pink, and then you've got these different tones of a duck egg green going into a soft pea green, and that's really really pretty. And when you spin it up together, I mean, this one has been designed as a mirror effect, so it starts with the green and goes into the duck egg, and then it goes into the pink, and then the light pink, and then it changes into the green again. So me personally, I would split this down the middle, and I would spin them both off on two different bobbins and then ply them together, so you end up hopefully potentially with the same colours sitting next to each other, and then you've got a gradient yarn. Then it's really amazing. Or you can just strip it into parts and then do a spin off where you've got, but they just complement each other so much that I don't think there's that much to be scared of. Another one with green is, what was that? Another with green. Now this is a typical sort of Christmas colours. You're like, oh, you don't put red and green together, it comes out too Christmassy. Well, do you know what? I've got to disagree with you, because this is plum red or a Merlot red with a cranberry red mixed with a moss green or a fern green and a moss green. And I think that looks fantastic. And you can spin that up again, do it as a gradient, just follow the colourway all the way through. And then you can, I'm trying to think how you could do that. So yeah, you could do it as a gradient singles, but if you're going to do it as a gradient colorway through on its own, you can literally open up the bat and split it in half grain wise. So the middle section to the top, you split it right down the middle, and then you've got the middle to the bottom, if you know what I mean. When you've got it laid out, have the grain going forward, and then split it right across the middle as evenly as you possibly can, and then you'll be able to blend off the two greens of the bobbin together, of two bobbins, blend those colours off, and then do the exact same all the way through. And then you can apply the ends up together if you start the same colourway, and you'll end up with a gradient fade all the way through. And I think those colours look fantastic. You could go with a cherry red yarn complement to go with it. You could go and use this just for the pattern work if you like jumpers with the yoke pattern works in, and on the cuffs as well. You'd have more than enough to do that with that. But I think using different hues together to complement each other so they tie in, so you not end up with a bright cherry red, not that sort of red, like the cherry reds, these sort of that colour. I think that's a bit garish with the green, but you've got these warmer hues that work in with those that really help calm it down. Another one is oranges. People don't like working with orange. Bring the tone down. You can bring it if you've got a really bold, see, like this is a tangerine orange, right? Or if you've got a bolder orange like this one, okay, that's pumpkin orange. If you've got oranges like that, get some natural undyed roving that you might have put to one side, and blend that into those colours to help bring that down. And that's more or less what I've done with this one, but I've also blended it, so you've got these little flecks of oranges that are coming through. There's orange in here as well, but I've also blended it with a really soft duck egg blue and a really soft peach colour, and that's been blended with natural fibres throughout that as well, just to bring it down a notch. So if you do have colours that you're not keen on, you can use undyed cream, merino or Corriedale or Shetland or whatever it is that you've got, just to bring those hues down a little bit, but let those colours just pop now and again as you're spinning with it, and it ends up being really quite relaxing. Remember what I was on about your colour wheel, your colour chart. Look to see what opposites to it, what sits next to it to complement it, or what sits opposite it that you wouldn't always necessarily put together, but it doesn't mean that they can't work together. I think it's absolutely stunning having the oranges and blues together, but you've got to have that right type of blue. It's going to be more of a greeny blue. But then again, dark blue and orange, like a denim blue, a really dark blue, and a peach look fantastic together. Just think of the denim stitches on your jeans, that sort of thing. It's just about coming out your comfort zone, going on to Pinterest or going to Google, typing in the colour that you really don't want to work with, and ask it for colour palettes, and it'll give you automatically colour shades of that colourway, but it will also give you colours that will go with it. It'll work well together, and then see if you've got anything that will go with that in your stash, and then have a go with it. But you just want to bring down the colour tones a little bit, I think. Just using natural colour, a undyed roving, and bring that down, and that'll help. But then again, orange and grey look fantastic with a dash of white through. Like if you think about the mountain ash tree or the silver birch tree, when the leaves in the autumn go those yellowy orangey colours, they look fantastic against that. The nature does it for you. Nature's got such an amazing way of producing the colours that will actually look fantastic together. And I know for a fact that my mountain ash bats, when I do them every so often, because I do have regular ones that I put out on there, out on the website, but they usually go quite quickly because they're so unusual. But I don't do them often because then it just becomes boring. But I do know that orange and greys, different shades of greys, dark greys, hint of black, and an off-white look fantastic together with those oranges in there. They just make each other pop and stand out in their own way. They don't all necessarily go together, but they look fantastic together. So with that said, today I am going to show you how I'd pair this with a really dark blue, I think I've got some dark blue there, so I've got some dark blue here, and I'm going to add in some other colours with that as well. But firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to blend up one half with a natural undyed roving, and I have got behind me some merino and tencel. So I'm just going to split this apart as I always do, put one half to the side, roll that up, and we will work with this piece in a moment. Okay, so I'll pop it over here so I know it's out of my way. And then again, my usual, I'm going to split it into 3 sections all the way down from top to bottom. And another piece. Okay, it's really vibrant. Look at that fluorescent green. You're like, oh no, I can hear Sandra now screaming in the background. I can't do it, can't work with that. Can't work with that. Like, you can Sandra. Right, so I'm just measuring this out to see how much I've got to work with, so I know what to weigh out for the next bit. Okay, oh, the other piece is around my shoulder. I just thought it was all on the floor then, bear with me. Right, so this one we're going to calm down the colours on this one. So where are we at on that? Okay, let me just double check. My scales have been the right pain at the moment, not giving me the actual calculations that I'm looking for. Right, so with that said, we have got it in its pot. I'm now going to, and I'll bring you down so you can have a look. Well, if you can just bend in, I'll bring it forward here. There we go. Okay, so from that, I'm going to get some of this. I've got some bamboo blend with the purple and blues in there, so I'm going to put that on there. So that brings me up to 77. And then I'm going to add in a little of this. This is some merino bamboo, but I want to bring in some lighter tones, so I'm going to add that in. Okay, then I'm going to get some merino tencel, and I'm just going to see if I can find the end of this. I never really can. And I'm just going to grab a big wedge of it. Okay, 78. Okay, and then I'm going to get some of, no, not that one, some pastel bamboo in the mint green. I'm going to get, have I got any light blue? What we got up here? Light blue here. So a bit more of the bamboo that I put in originally. I just want a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to add in a dash of silver, just to bring those colours down a little bit more, and a dash of heather purple. And I will maybe actually add in some sparkle to this as well. I'll just pop that back up there. Okay, so now I'm just going to split these to one side. That's roughly 145 grams of fibre. So we've got some bamboo. Let me move this cable out your way. Sorry about that. That bamboo. And then I've got my merino tencel undyed. I'm going to split that. Sits like that there. And then that one. Okay, then we've got this bamboo blend here with merino. Oh, I'm going to stick that down there. And then we've got this, again, another bamboo merino blend, but it's got the lilacs in there as well. I'm wanting to soften down these colours, the vibrancy of this. So I'm going for more pastel-y colours, which are like, it will work. It will work, trust me. Right, so I'll tilt you up so you can see what we're doing. So I'm just going with naturals on this one, okay? And we'll hopefully you'll like what we've done. So what I've done, I've got me each sections, and I'm going to split them into two, and I'm just going to fan them open. So I create my layer of these soft tones, this creamy colour on the bottom. Then I'm going to get my first bold bit of roving, and I'm going to start from here. I know, it looks really, I like it. I really, really like it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you get rid of that thought of that bold colour. So I'm going to grab first my merino with the lilac and light blue or turquoise blue bamboo that's in that as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my natural fibre again and go over the top of that, and eventually the colours will start to disperse. And even when you're spinning it, you'll get pops of bold colour, but there'll be plenty white in there to sort of intercept it and just say, oh, you don't be so loud, carve it down a bit. Okay, so on top of that, I'm now going to add in this merino bamboo blend. It's got a hint of mint in there, but it's mostly white. So again, another one just to tame that down. Okay, So now I'm going to go in with my bits of bamboo that I've got here. So I'm just going to section the purple bit off, section off the blue, the silver that I pulled out, which is more like a really soft blue, and then the mint. But I'm not going to put the purple on this section. I'm going to put the purple on top of the green, because purple and green chives always looks really smart. So I'm going to go over that with my purple, come over the next part of the green as well. Then I'm going to go with my peppermint green over the top of the purple. Okay, now I'm going to go with my silvery blue colour. I'm going to put it over the top of where the purple and the blue meet together. And then I'm going to get some of the blue and I'm going to put it over between where the green and the blue meet together. There you go. Now you can still see where the fluorescent colour was, but it's completely tamed down. Okay, so again, repeat what we just did. Get my roving. The blues into purple. I'm going to start on this side this time. Again, get my mixed merino. Put that over there. Go back in with my merino to help start bringing that down. Because really, these colours look lovely, but it's this one you want to tone down, isn't it? So by adding in the white, it does calm it down a lot, so it's not so offensive. So if you ever do receive a roving from a dyer and it's all fluorescent colours, and when you get it you're like, oh, that's just too loud, you can blend it down. Okay, add your white to it, calm it down. Do that with your Rolex or your your drum card on for making your bats and stuff like that, if you have one. If not, use your drum card, as I say. So I'm going to put in this one. It's got, you can see it's got hints of mint in there. Okay, well, it looks like I won't be going with any glitter on this one for definite this time. The purple next, as I say, back over the green, because green and lilacs and purples work well together. Get my peppermint green and go over this side. Okay, get my silver blue over the top of the green into the blue, and then the porcelain blue from the purple over the blue. Just get my drum card up. And one more time. In with this one. I nearly forgot what I was doing there. Bear with me, folks. Right, back over the purple. I love it. I actually really like that the way it is. It seems such a shame, but then again, would I knit with it? Actually, I would do it for definite. I do. If anyone knows me on here, they know that I love my pattern work jumpers, so I would definitely use that, and I would do it with like a snowflake design or something like that, and I think I would go for a wool colour like that for the main colour of the jumper, and then use that there, or go for a cream base, spin up a load of wool as my cream base and use that for the pattern work. I think it would look fantastic. I think it would look amazing. Right, just the last final touches. So again, green over the purple, over into the blue little, and back again, the silver over the green on this side, and then back over into the blue a touch. Now the blue over a touch of the purple, over the blue, and just a dash into the other shade of green, and then the purple over into the fluorescent part of the green, and then into the pea green section, and then back over again. There we go. It has toned it down. It has definitely toned that blend down. So there's the neons in the background, but the whites help tone that down a bit. I know some of you are still saying, no, I wouldn't do it. I don't know how to work with it. I think you just need to give it a go and have a try, and then just see how lovely it'll look afterwards. So I will tuck it in from this side. And there we have one very obnoxious mermaid blend. See, calms down. It definitely calms it down because you're putting the layering all the way through of the white. When you do spin it up, it will tone that down a heck of a lot more, And as I say, you could use this in pattern work where it wouldn't look so annoying and obnoxious, but you could pair it with a dark navy blue wool if you wanted to dye it up some wool. There's a denim blue here that looks fantastic. Or if you want to go more down the girly route, you could go with a vibrant orchid or a darker tone of purple. See, you could go for a darker tone of purple as your main colourway. What else could you get away with that? You could actually, and maybe get away with some teal. So there's a couple of ideas of solid colours that you can use. When would you want to use this? I would only ever use this as a colourwork yarn, because I think that that's more than enough. There's enough vibrancy going on in there that it really needs to be suited with a very dark jewel toned colour or a natural undyed wool. Try to see if I've got a bit here. Let me sec. This is a, oh, everything comes falling off. There we go. You could pair it with a natural wool that's been undyed, use this as your main colourway, and then have that as the most vibrant colour. But it would help calm that down as well. The other colours would probably make this pop a little bit more, but this one would help just calm everything down a little bit more, but you would still end up with a fantastic colourwork pattern in there because it'd be so bold. So next one we're going to work on. Okay, so that's that one done. So the next colour we're going to work with is, this is a really dark, you can make out that it is blue, but it's a very dark midnight blue, and that's on a merino. Okay, actually I'm telling a lie, it's Blueface Leicester. Blueface Leicester. Okay, so we've got this really dark midnight blue, not quite a black, but yeah, it'll look really fantastic as a colourway mixed up with these. So this is, I'm giving you a light and dark version of this blend so you can see what they can look like contrasted. I've got some of this hand dyed trilobal that I've done myself in a really dark black. Well, it's more of a charcoal, it's got these colours in there. Okay, so that will be going in there as well as that I'll be adding in some darker versions of the bamboo. I have got some fluorescent sari silk, almost, it's ultraviolet. Okay, I have got some of this merino blend with some Tussar silk in there, so I'm going to split that, so that's going in there. So what I'm trying to do is darken it all down so you end up with pops of the neon through. And I have got this merino blend that has turquoise and purples in there, no extra green. We're trying to keep it more like an aurora borealis. Okay, so that's where my head's at with that. So it's more of a midnight ghosts in the sky sort of look to it, more than it is, oh my god, that's bright. Why would you put it with white? So we've gone with lots of darker tones, more moody, to give you that effect. Right. Put that there. And then split this one more time. I'll put that over there, and we'll get on with this. So I'll turn you around so you can see how I'm going to put it all together. Okay, so once again, I'm going to do what I did last time with the natural merino Tencel blend. So I'm going to split this in half, just so it's easy to work with, and the fact that I want to start creating that effect of darkness from the very beginning. Okay, so from that I'm going to go with this purple, and I'm going to layer it underneath. I know you're thinking, why layer it underneath but you not put it on top? It's not going to really matter any which way that you do it when you go to spin it. It's all going to come out the exact same way whether I put it on the bottom or the top. But I want to give you the perception that I've calmed these hues down if you don't like working with them. Okay, So that's done for now. I'm now going to go in with the fluorescent again. Have faith. Have faith. Right, so now I'm going to go in with this dark. Oh, you know what we've done? We need to do this one next. What am I going to do with this? I am going to add in my hand-dyed Trial Opal first. I'm going to split it in two because it's quite a bit. And put that down there. Bit of fist in there. Okay, so I'm going to now put that over the top. 1 second, what's that? Already calming that down. It's a little bit of a breathe moment. So now I'm going to go in with the dark navy blue Face Leicester. Now I'm going to go with some Sari Silk Royal. So even though I'm putting in these dark colours, you've got these pops of vibrancy going through as well. I'm going to go in with this Fine Merino and Tussey Silk blend. Put that in. And I have got some Peacock Angelina. It's dual coloured, so it's got this emerald look to it as well. So I'm going to pop that on before I put my bamboos in. Just to help bring that back up, even the vibrancy. I wanted to have that night sky look about it. So I'm going to go with my purple first. Hold on a minute, I've got dark blue, I have got a purple, and I have got this turquoise. And I'm going to grab them all three together, make sure they're all lined up. And I'm just going to hold them all together, and they can all just wash onto the drum carder together. So not one is dominant on that, okay? And we're going to repeat this now, since everything's on there. So split open my roving. Take my mixed purple colourway, open that up. Okay, next is the Loud and Proud. Okay, you can see where it's going, and it looks really, really good. It's not going to be blinding to your eye. It's going to be something that you can actually work with. see, what's next? It was this one next. What was it? It was the trilobal next, wasn't it? That should have gone before that one, but that's all right. It's 6.5 a dozen. It all comes out the same way. Now it's Manchester Silk and Merino blend. Right, then some more Angelina. Just pop that there a minute because I need to get my little bit of Sari Silk Noil. Put him on. There we go. Not put a lot of Angelina on, but I just, oh crikey, I've just stood in the pen. I just wanted to be really striking, so that if you work with it like I like to do with my art bats, because they can be, I try and make them pocket money prices, so when you buy them you're getting something that you can actually use with other work or include it in a work. And I know I always go on about pattern work stuff, but really if you were to use this as spun as a yarn for weaving with, you could pair it off with so many other colours that you could use this as the centerfold colourway to work as a gradient. So you could start off in your weaving with a really dark purple yarn, okay, and then go like a midnight blue purpley sort of colour, then go into a lighter shade of more of a purple than it is a blue colour, then go into this bit which is the purple, then you go into the blue and turquoise, then you're going into the greens into that end, and then from this end you could literally make it even lighter. If you've got neon dyes at home, bring the pigment down really watery, so you've got more water in there than you have a pigment, like the dye stock, and then bring that down to a gradient. Or you could go down the route of repeating what you did on the other side with the yarn that you've used previously, and go from the mid-range purple biting right up against the side of that lime green, the fluorescent green, and then do your purpley navy colour, and then do your dark midnight purple colour, and it will work. It really will work. It's just about thinking about drawing it out, draw it out and see what those colours look like. And they're not always going to be attractive to your eye, but they may be attractive to somebody else, and it could be the difference between selling your first piece of woven fabric as to going with something that you feel safe with. You never know. Right, so we've got that again. So we start again and we'll go with this one. Oh no, we're not. We're bamboos first, Joe. Bamboozle Joe. Right, so I've got my blues, my purples, and we're going to go and put them on together as 3. Right, back to my blue face Leicester. I'm just going to, this piece is really quite big, so I'm just going to open it up so I've got 2 smaller sections instead of one big long one on there. Right, back to a mixed purple blend. Then we're going to go with my hand-dyed roving. So that hand-dyed Trilobal, it should have gone on previously. There we go, stick that one now. Okay, back in with the BFL in that dark midnight blue. It does look like it's black, but I promise you it isn't black. Okay, then we're going in with the Tissy Silk Merino blend. Don't worry, they'll get picked up in a moment. Sari Silk Royal. Just a top tip as well while it's in my mind. When you're painting on your drum carder and you want the wool to the fibres that you're putting on to sort of go around in a section, sometimes, I'll show you what I mean. When I start to do this and I film it along, you're getting little pastes of it, okay? There's only a little, I'll go back round again. There's only small sections that are grabbing the purple. There's only small sections that are grabbing the turquoise, okay? But if I go with my drum carder all the way around twice, I get a better distribution all the way around the actual drum carder if I just stay in one place for at least 2 full resolutions, if not 3. And now I can just about trace that turquoise all the way around the drum carder now, and the same on this side. Going to add in some more Peacock Angelina. Might as well put in all of it. That's the last of what I've got, since this is the top layer. There's lots in it throughout anyway, but this one's just for that dramatic effect, so you can see it like, oh, look at that glitter. Right, let's have a look, see what these look like now. And we'll compare the two together. Look at that. Okay, so that is the Aurora Borealis. The effect of that now. Completely different, isn't it? Completely different. So sometimes by adding a really, really dark complementary opposite colour to your wool, or something on the same spectrum, same side of the colour chart, to the wools that you're using, just give it a go. Honestly, there's nothing to be scared of. And all right, there's probably about, say out of 100%, there's probably about 35% of that is that fluorescent green, okay? But the rest of it is dark blues, it's got hints of purple, it's got turquoise in there. It's really, really quite dramatic of how it looks now in comparison to the mermaid one. Let me just sort this out. Bear with me a second. Well, I'll just sort it out and then you can see them both together to see how it looks in comparison to each other and what they do. Right, so there is the really loud mermaid, the obnoxious mermaid, and the Aurora Borealis, using the exact same colours. This looks vivid, this white one, vivid and bold, but this one has drama to it. And you'll be surprised that the wills that you can put together that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing can make something that looks obnoxious just go, oh wow, look at that. I'd have never thought of working with that. I'm going to take that home. I'm going to give it a go. And this one, like this one here, as I said, you've got those colours that I suggested just a few minutes ago in the video, at the beginning of this section. This one, I would personally stick to a really dark, bold, dark blue as your main colour if you're going to work with it as a pattern work, or a very, very dark purple. Maybe dark like that one, or probably a lot darker than that shade actually you could probably get away with. But yeah, that's what I would go with. That's my personal preference. That's my suggestion. Yeah. So I hope you got a benefit out of this video today. Sorry it's late. I do apologise. Family situation, they've really needed me at the moment. Phil's father passed away a couple of days ago, so we're having a really tough time here at the moment. So bear with me. I will film the next two videos for next it's probably hopefully tomorrow, if not Saturday, and then they're already sat on the platform waiting for you. I will put a post up on Monday for Q&A, and if you guys can give me suggestions of topics, coastal themes, unicorns, we'll do that one again because my brain's not quite working yet. But if you do that one again, or if you want me to use different types of fibres in there, do you want it to be silky so you can have a draped bat, a bat for spinning up so it'll have a nice drape to it? Do you want textures? Do you want tweedy? Do you want to have a blended wool where it's got neps in or slubs in there, so more good down the textured sort of route? So yeah, let me know. I'll put the Q&A up next week. Even free members can actually put in a vote for this as well. Your suggestions. You will see the bats end up on the website. These ones will go on the website and they'll be up for sale not this Sunday but next Sunday. I think it's the 7th. Yeah, it is. Sunday the 7th of July. These will be up on the website. I won't be doing any blend sets this month to go along with these. I do apologise, but what I'm trying to do is show you two different ways of blending up the rovings to get the best out of them, so you can see for yourself that sometimes it's a lot easier to work with the colours that you don't do than it is to do, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so thank you very much for all your support and your patience this week. It's been a really tough time here back at the Woolly Cottage, but this is my first day back in the studio. I needed a bit of normality. Hopefully the videos will start coming back properly. Yeah, so thank you very much again. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to hit that like on this video over in YouTube when you watch it. It really does help my channel grow, and it lets YouTube know that my videos are being watched. Okay, so I'm off. Bye for now.